Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, Mom and everyone. This is from Group D, and we would like to give a presentation about general concept of public speaking. But first of all, let me introduce the member of Group D. First, there is me, Nabila, and then Anita, Esther, and Iman. The first slide is success person is the success public speaker. Public speaking is one of the most important and most dreaded forms of communication, and public speaking is the vital skill to have and to hone. In public relation arena, public speaking can persuade or win the crowd. Uh, a great public speaker also can motivate someone or the audience to do something. They become likable and believable and can inspire many people. As example, the great public speaker is Nelson Mandela. He also was considered as master of storyteller. He can engage and capture audience and the attention of who listen. He was an impassioned speaker and leader in the movement to stop racial separation in South Africa. One speech that made a movement right before he was sent to prison in 1964. I have fought against white domination and I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the ideal of democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve, but if needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared today. And then move to the next slide about are you a good speaker? The first point is good knowledge. You are a good speaker if you have good knowledge. Being knowledgeable is important because lack of knowledge can result in anxiety and embarrassment. That is why you should read and learn about the subject matter if you want to give a speech. And then the second point is enthusiastic. Enthusiasm is necessary qualification because when you show enthusiasm, it is contagious. The enjoyment and knowledge that is demonstrated for your subject will result in increased listener enjoyment and your speech being more convincing. The enthusiasm must be demonstrated by tone of voice, body, gesture, and facial expression. Then the third point is do not talk about yourself. This one can be counted as mistake in your speech. Besides, because it is unprofessional, it is also unnecessary for a speaker to talk about their life, but exceptional if the speech subject is about life experience. And then curiosity. Curiosity is heavily associated with all aspects of human development, in which derives the process of learning and desire to acquire knowledge and skill. And then move to Kaiman about empathy.
Okay. Empathy. One of the com- One of the component in communication strategy that can be used is the use of empathy. Empathy can be interpreted as an important basic in communication. From empathy, we can feel what other people feel, especially regarding what if we are in the other person position. A sense of humor. Uh, is impossible. Look for the humor from the people you interact with you. You don't have to worry about your audience who may have heard of it before. Look for humor or drama in your everyday in life. If you have young children, listen to the funny things they have to say that might interest your audience too. Different style of different style of speaking. Speakers rock the stack when they have a clear purpose speaking and know just how to achieve it. For instance, use a grammar at the start that hooks your audience. Think about the shape of your presentation and where the climax should come, and deliver ideas in the order that will help listeners return them. The miracle of 3V: verbal, vocal, and visual. First, vocal. Vocal is the sound that comes out when you say words, and when you are in a state of doubt, you say to them, "Don't speak to me." In communication, including public speaking, the vocal element plays a 38% role in public speaking success. Vocal is very important because with the right voice, vocal errors can use audience discomfort and misunderstanding. Verbal. Ver, uh, in public speaking, what is performed is verbal communication or speech. Verbal component influence public speaking success by only 7%. Very small. Talking must be good at choosing words and order in delivering matter. Most importantly, don't be long or rambling. Emotional control is essential to creating effective verbal communication. Next, visual. Visual mean what it looks like. Looks like an age. It about a range from posture, gesture to the clothes on. Visual component after public speaking success by 55%. Visual in speech covers non-verbal communication such as facial expression, body language, self-image, and other things seen visually carried by the audience. This component is very important because the audience can give you an assessment even before you speak. Next, step public speaking.
Step of public speaking. 1. Open your open yourself to your audience. Try to appear bold and don't slouch and bow your head when delivering the material. 2. Control your voice. Adjust the intonation and volume of your voice so that it can be heard clearly by the audience. 3. Take a deep breath. Make yourself as comfortable as possible so that the material can be conveyed clearly. 4. Don't be so ambitious to perform perfectly. Try to look good. Don't overdo your appearance. Next.
The objective of public, the stipulates or classification system of public speech serve to demonstrate the general speech purpose have remained pretty. Consists throughout the history of public speaking, modern public speaking school typical use a classification system of three general purpose: to inform, to persuade, and to entertain. To inform, the first general purpose that some people have for giving speech is to inform. Simple part, this is about helping audience member occur information that they do not already process. Audience member can then use this information to understand something. The most important characteristic of information topic is the goals is to gain knowledge. Notice that the goals is not to encourage people to use that knowledge in any specific way.
When a speaker starts encouraging people to use knowledge in a specific way, he or she is no longer informing but is persuading. Example like a textbook, newsletter, or dictionary. And then to persuade it, to persuade, the second general purpose people can have for speaking is to persuade. When we speak to persuade, we attempt to get listener to embrace a point of view or to adopt a behavior that they would not have done otherwise. A persuasive speech can be distinct from informative speech by the fact that it includes a call for action for the audience to make some change in their behavior or thinking. Example like advertisement, newspaper, or radio. And to influence or convince their 5 point is like entertainment, information, motivation, inspiration, and transformation. And then to entertain, the final general purpose people can have for public speaking is not entertain, where informative and persuasive speech making is a focus on the end result of the speech process. Entertainment speaking is a focus on the theme and occasion of the speech. And entertaining speech can be either informative or persuasive. It's at its roots, but the context or theme of the speech requires speaker of think about the speech primarily in terms of audience enjoy, for example, like movie, TV show, cartoon, or songs. Next.
Secret of public speaking. 1. Master the visual, audio, and kinesthetic. Mastering visual is done when showing picture or object around and being able to explain to the audience. Mastering audio in a way: 1. Focus attention and maintaining attention. 2. Follow direction. 3. Train analytical power. 4. Sorting out relevant information or ideas and information irrelevant. 5. Summarize, restate, or recall information. Mastering kinesthetic is applied when showing and mentioning image or object. 2. Connect well with your audience. If you really want your presentation to move your audience and avoid disconnecting your audience, then you can use what are known as audience connecting technique. ACT bring your audience to your presentation. ACT invite their participant and provide notification that you expect their involvement. 3. Strong nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication is a communication process in which, messages are conveyed without using words. Examples of nonverbal communication are using gesture, body language, facial expression, and eye contact. The use of objects such as clothes, haircut, or symbols, as well as ways of speaking such as intonation, emphasis, voice quality, emoticon style, and speaking style. Next.
And then authentic have 4 point. The intent to be open with your audience. This is the first and in some ways the most important things to focus on in rehearsing a speech because if you come across as close, your listener will perceive you as defensive, as if they somehow represent a threat. Not much a change for communication there. How you can you become more open? Try to imagine giving your presentation to someone with whom you're completely relaxed, your spouse or local friends, and then the intent to content intent to connect with your audience. Once you begin to feel open and you're stored away the memory of what it looks and feel like you ready to practice the speech again. This time focus on the audience, think about waiting, needing, and engage your listener. Imagine that a young child you know well isn't hitting you. You want to capture that child attention however you can. You don't strike, you simple to what feels natural and appropriate. You increase the intensive or volume of your voice or move closer. And then the intent to be passionate about your topic. Focus not on what you want to say, but on why you're giving the speech and how you feel about it. Let the underlying emotion come out. In every word you deliver during this round of rehearsals, then rise the stake for yourself. Imagine that somebody in the audience have the power to take everything away from you unless you win him or her over with your passionate argument. And then the last one, the intent to listen to your audience. Now begin thinking about what your listener are likely to be feeling when you step up to begin your presentation. Are they excited about the future? Worry about bad sales news? Hopeful they can keep their jobs after the merger? Are you practice? Imagine yourself watching them very closely, looking for seeing of their response to you. And then regards it has usual conversation. For this, of course, you have to start with training first. For example, practicing in front of a mirror can make you more prepare and confident, and try to talk in front of family or friends. Have a clear message. Make sure what is being conveyed to the audience is clear so that the audience can also understand what is being said. And then be yourself. You yourself when speaking in front of a crowd will have to be close to the audience so that the message is conveyed appropriately. And then the last one is don't worry about mistakes. Doing public speaking, there is no one who doesn't make some mistakes. Don't worry too much about it. Wrong word of forgetting when speaking are mistakes that are often made by public speaking practice. It just that not the focus.